It's your girl T here, back with another Tea Time Tuesday video. I know y'all are having a beautiful, blessed day because we're tea timers. It's absolutely what we do. Our affirmation of the day is I am powerful. We are powerful. We know we're powerful because we're tea timers and we know how this law works, and we know that at the end of the day, we call the shots. I wanted to discuss with y'all reacting to the 3D. We cover this over and over. Sorry about the heater. It's on in my car. It's freezing here. Well, I wouldn't say freezing. I'm in Vancouver, BC. For those of y'all who don't know, in Canada, it's Vancouver, BC. And yes, it's the mildest of all the provinces in terms of weather, but it's still like -2 degrees. It's not a sunny day. It's not a hot day. So I'm keeping the heater on, is the point of that roundabout. I wanted to discuss with y'all reacting to the 3D because I feel like if you can get a grip on this one part of manifesting, everything will shift for you. I'm not exempt to this. I have done my fair share of reacting, but the last 2 months, I have stayed in my I am awareness, and I've really trained myself not to react to the 3D, as I tell you guys to do, to a next level where I just brush it off and I say it is what it is, and I keep going internal. And every time something comes up that I used to react to, I just do the opposite or give it to myself internally. I'll give you guys an example because I love an example. I'm sure y'all do too because you're me pushed out. I used to react a lot to my work when they wouldn't give me shifts because I felt like I was a super amazing employee. I always show up on time. I always do a really good job. I get nonstop positive reviews, but I was getting less shifts than people who weren't hitting the mark the way I was. So I would put myself into victim state. I'd be like, well, why do they get shifts when they're not even doing half as much action as I am and having the same reviews? And I put myself in victim state, like I should get those and they're getting it. And I started comparing myself to other people and then I would start reasoning, well, this person got this because da 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 da, and she had to give this shift to this person because da da, and I would create a story around it. Fast forward to today. Since stepping into my extreme power, and I was always self-aware. I always knew growing up because my dad implemented this thought process in me that, like, no matter what happens at work, you have to do the best you can, and you're so lucky to be working. And he had this kind of a little bit of a lack mentality when it came to work, like accept all the breadcrumbs, accept whatever you can get, and never fight with your boss, and always show up even if you're like dying. Just a lot of lack. He didn't mean to, but he implemented that onto me. I caught it. I changed it. The last 3 or 4 months, I've always been reminding myself, you're amazing and worthy. You deserve everything that you say you do, and you're the best of the best. And I've had a very nonchalant attitude to work. I've detached from it, and I'm very like carefree about it because work is not my end goal. My end goal is just to full-time be serving you and helping people reach this level of power where they know how powerful they are and create the reality of their dreams. So that's my dream. So I was like, even if I get days off work, I can spend it making videos and content and researching and doing the things that I wouldn't have time to do if I was so submerged in work. Since I've adopted that attitude and I don't react to anything, like as a real-time example, the schedule just came out and I got 2 shifts, which is not a lot. And then I said to myself, it doesn't matter. I always get the best shifts. So those shifts are the best shifts for me. And I always get as many shifts as I need to sustain. And while I was saying that to myself, the schedule was modified and I got 2 more. And then people at work were asking me to take their shifts. This is what I'm telling you. When you stay in the knowing of what it is that you want, and you stay in the power of knowing that what you want is yours, and no matter what you see, it can't change the fact that you know what's happening because you're the creator, you're the boss, you're the CEO. Your reality will reflect it. This goes for every area, not just work. This goes for SP, for money, for health, for any of it. How many more examples do we need to get of people staying in the knowing that what they wanted was happening and not reacting to the 3D and just staying internal and knowing they're getting what they want, and it manifests outward into the 3D for them? I really, really want you guys to wrap your head around the fact that if you can stop reacting to the old dead news that you see in the 3D, and you continue to go internal and give it to yourself internally instead of looking for validation from the external, you will manifest what it is that you want. Every time a circumstance pops up in your 3D, it doesn't matter. It is what it is. Go internal. Go internal. Go internal. Your SP is necking with somebody else on Facebook, which you shouldn't be checking anyways, so I'm red flagging that. Go internal. Oh, that's hilarious. They're just going to come back to me. They're just going to tell me how much better I am than anything that they've ever found. Go internal. When you see a bill come up that you weren't expecting and you have $2 in the 3D, but internally you're a billionaire, go internal. That's cool. The bill's paid. It is what it is. That bill will get paid. The money will show up. Everything will work itself out. You don't have to figure out the how. That's the beauty of it. You don't have to worry about micromanaging your manifestations and figuring out the how, because it will play itself out for you. Your only job at this place of work that we're showing up for every day is to keep your thoughts clean, is to keep your thoughts aligned to the desired reality, is to keep yourself in the awareness of who you are and how freaking powerful you are, and that your I am is the law. Your affirmations tell a tale of who you are going to be, who you are currently being, and who will show up for you in your 3D. And what will show up for you in your 3D. Your only job is to narrate the story of the life that you want as opposed to the life that you don't want. To remind yourself consistently of where you're headed internally, denying what you see externally, and it will show up. If all of us can wrap our head around this and take ourselves back to when we were 5 years old and act as if we were that person we want to be, act as if that dream job we wanted to be, act as if, until it becomes manifested in our 3D. And while you are manifesting it internally in your 4D, you are picturing it over and over again. So you're really living the experience in your real reality. By the time it comes to your 3D reality, most of the time it's going to feel natural and normal to you because you've already lived that experience internally. You guys can do this. You can do this. Stop wasting your most valuable commodity, which is time and energy, on rehearsing the things you don't want to happen, buying into those fearful thoughts that go in and out of your mind. Let those thoughts pass through. You can observe your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. You are whoever you say you are with your I am this, I am that, I am that, I always do this. That definition is who you are becoming, who you are going to be. Nothing has meaning until you assign it as such. So start assigning the meaning that everything in your reality means you are perfect and you're getting what you want, and see how your reality shifts and molds in your favor. I love y'all, but not as much as you should be loving yourselves. Have a beautiful, blessed Tuesday. Bye.